Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another remastered episode of the Lore of League of Legends. In this episode, we're going to be heading back to the bays of Bilgewater to recover a champion whose lore wasn't changed drastically, but received somewhat of an update all the same. Without further ado, I present to you the remastered lore of Malcolm Graves, the Outlaw. Enjoy. Malcolm Graves is a wanted man by all, in every realm, city-state and empire that he has set foot in. He is tough, strong-willed and above all, relentless. Through his life of crime, he has amassed himself quite the small fortune. Graves was raised in the wharf alleys of Bilgewater. Quickly he learned how to fight and then how to steal. These skills have served him well over the years. After smuggling himself to the mainland in the bilge of an outgoing cargo ship as a youth, he stole, lied and gambled his way from place to place. But it was across the table of a high-staking card game that young Malcolm would meet the man who would change his life forever, the man now known as Twisted Fate. The two became instant friends, both seeing the same reckless love of danger and adventure in the other, and so, a dysfunctional partnership that lasted nearly a decade was born. Each had unique skills, and when combined, Graves and Twisted Fate were an effective and dynamic team. Together, the two of them pulled off scores of heists, stealing and swindling the rich and foolish for cash, fame, or more simply, the sheer thrill. The excitement of the adventure became as much of a lure as the payoff. At the borderlands of Noxus, the two of them set two renowned houses at each other's throats in order to cover the rescue of an heir apparent being held hostage within the city. That they pocketed the reward money only to then ransom the vile young man to the highest bidder should have come as no surprise to their employer. In Piltover, the two of them hold the distinction of being the only thieves ever to have cracked the supposedly impenetrable clockwork vaults. Not only did they empty the vault of its treasures, but they also tricked its guards into loading it onto their hijacked cargo ship. Only once the pair had crossed the horizon was the theft discovered, along with one of Fate's trademark playing cards. Eventually, however, their luck ran out. During a heist that ended up going terribly wrong, Twisted Fate seemingly betrayed and abandoned his partner. Graves was taken alive and thrown into the infamous prison that is known as the Locker. Years of imprisonment and torture followed. The hatred that grew in Graves was only nurtured by the time he spent locked up behind bars. A lesser man would have surely broken, but Malcolm Graves endured it all, eventually escaping his prison. He clawed his way to freedom and began the long pursuit of his former partner, the man whose treachery consigned him to a decade of unspeakable misery and pain. It wouldn't be until years later that Graves finally had his showdown with Twisted Fate. Yet after learning the truth of what had gone down between them and escaping certain death at the hands of Gangplank with his old comrade, Graves placed his vengeance aside. Older if not wiser, the pair now looked to pick up where they left off, seeking to make themselves rich using their unique blend of trickery, heists, and focused violence. And that's all I've got for you this time around. Let me know what you thought of the video by hitting that like button and leaving your feedback in the comments section below. There's a link to Graves' original lore in the description, as well as in the annotation which you'll find at the top of the video. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, I'll see you next time.
Are you an esports fan? Prove your knowledge and start winning cash on Alpha Draft Fantasy Esports. This year, we'll pay out over $5 million in prizes to over 50,000 esports fans every single week. To play, first select from hundreds of contests from the hottest esports. Then, choose your team of pros and watch their stats update in real time during games. Right now, we'll match every dollar you deposit up to $250. What are you waiting for? Redeem your deposit bonus and play Alpha Draft now.